Right. We're looking today at Connemara, which sits right on the western edge of Ireland.
Hmm.
It's got this reputation, hasn't it, for being, well, incredibly beautiful, very unspoiled.
It certainly does. And it's more than just the scenery, There's a really deep connection to traditional Irish culture there.
Ah, yes.
A major part of the Connacht Gaeltacht is in Connemara. That's the Irish-speaking region.
The largest one in Ireland, I believe.
Exactly. And it's really central to the region's whole identity. It's not just that the language exists, it's woven into daily life.
Right, it shapes things.
It does. Customs, music, how people relate to the land itself. It's a connection that's perhaps faded a bit elsewhere.
Now, Clifton is the main town, isn't it?
That's the one, yes.
And it's quite striking, the area around Clifton. Apparently, it's rich in megalithic tombs.
Very much so. Loads of them. It points to a really ancient history, doesn't it?
Thousands of years back.
Suggests people have been there and the place has been important for a very long time. Since prehistoric times, really.
And speaking of unique things from the area, we should probably talk about the Connemara green marble.
Ah, yes, definitely. It's quite famous. It was first found, well, discovered as an outcrop.
An outcrop.
Whereabouts? Between Streamstown and Lusauter. That's where it was initially identified.
You hear it mentioned as a sort of trade treasure, even way back in prehistoric times.
Well, yes. Archaeological finds suggest it was traded. Across Ireland, maybe even over to Britain.
What made it so special then, do we think?
Well, it's likely down to its unique look, that distinctive green color. It would have been prized, for decoration or maybe ceremonial objects.
And it's still valued today.
Oh, absolutely. Still quarried, still highly valued. You see it used in quite different ways.
Such as?
Well, large polished slabs for buildings, quite impressive architectural features, but also much smaller pieces for things like jewelry.
Right. I think I've seen that. And it has a specific role in an award, too.
It does, yes. The pendant for the Chief Scouts Award, that's the highest award in Scouting Ireland, it's made from Connemara marble. Ah, okay. So a real symbol of lasting significance.
Precisely. But Connemara's story isn't all positive, of course. There were periods of extreme hardship.
You mean the Great Famine?
Yes, the late 1840s. It hit the region incredibly hard. Massive depopulation.
It's quite sobering to think about. Even affecting the big landowning families like the Martins. They were Anglo-Irish, weren't they?
That's right. They had huge estates there. But the famine had a devastating impact on them, too.
How so?
Well, they went bankrupt. By 1849, the entire Martin estate had to be sold off, forcibly auctioned.
Just completely wiped out financially by it.
Essentially, yes. And a big reason for that was the tenants disappearing.
The people who worked the land and paid the rent.
Exactly. They were gone. They'd either ended up in the workhouses, or they'd managed to emigrate, or tragically, they died from starvation or disease.
Leaving the land empty, generating no income.
Precisely. So the land became available in a grim sort of way for new investment after the auction, a really stark picture of that time. A very different chapter from the marble or the ancient tombs.
Indeed. But Connemara also features in, well, a completely different area of history, aviation, surprisingly enough.
Ah, the transatlantic flight.
Yes. 1919, Clifton was the landing spot.
For Alcock and Brown. The first nonstop flight across the Atlantic.
An absolutely incredible achievement for that era, landing right there in Connemara.
So when you look at Connemara, it really is quite a mix.
It is. You've got this stunning, wild, natural beauty.
And that deep living connection to Irish culture and the Gaeltacht.
Then there's the unique geology, that famous green marble with its own long history.
And alongside all that, these really significant historical moments. The tragedy of the famine.
And the pioneering success of that first transatlantic flight. It all comes together.
It gives the region a really compelling, layered character, doesn't it?
Definitely. You feel the echoes of the past there, very much so. It's a place where history, culture, and the landscape really intertwine.
If finding out more about traveling in Ireland interests you, you might want to join our Love Ireland newsletter.
It offers more insights into exploring this fascinating country.